I'm Jeffrey Fung. This story tonight on 60 Minutes. Of donuts, and one of the first companies that will come to mind is Krispy Kreme with its iconic red and green butterfly sign. Krispy Kreme is an American donut chain with an expanding international presence, currently in 23 different countries. The company has expansive plans for growth. However, Krispy Kreme hasn't always had the rosiest past, which is something they're going to have to reconcile moving forward. And that's what we will be discussing tonight on 60 Minutes.
In the 3 years following Krispy Kreme's initial public offering in 2000, its shares soared 840%, despite a bear market. In 2003, the cover of Fortune magazine anointed Krispy Kreme America's hottest brand. The hot glazed hype peaked just as the Atkins diet and its carbophobia took hold. It didn't help that Krispy Kreme alienated its franchises by skimping on brand promotion.
The story will continue in a moment.
And when Dunkin' Donuts reinvented itself as the top destination for coffee, why did Krispy Kreme fail to offer up a competitive brew?
Krispy Kreme has a strong, proud history of light and fluffy donuts. We were focused on to staying here to our roots and past instead of changing horses mid-race like some other companies. However, we have launched a new program that offers seasonal donuts during specific parts of the year. We have seen the positive effects of these campaigns on our financials.
And will this be enough?
We are always looking forward to improve ourselves.
Aside from falling behind in sales in past years, Krispy Kreme has also run into some legal trouble that might put the company in uncertain waters. After Krispy Kreme acquired Montana Mills in 2003, the Securities and Exchange Commission opened an inquiry into Krispy Kreme's accounting irregularities. Montana Mills' assets had been impaired at the time of acquisition by 8 quarters of profit decline. Krispy Kreme paid over $40 million to acquire the failing Montana Mills, but failed to record an impairment charge for its long-lived assets and goodwill associated with Montana Mills. As the stores shut down and rumors of bankruptcy swirled, Krispy Kreme seemed to be another fast flood flameout. The stock hit bottom at $1.08 4 years ago.
So what was the economic climate at that point for Krispy Kreme?
It was a time of absolute uncertainty. The biggest effects of the accounting scandal was its effect on Krispy Kreme's reputation, which was highly affected as the company's financial successes were affected as well. Many franchises and stockholders who invested in Krispy Kreme were also affected because of their downfall in the business. We as a company have moved on and are now much more resilient because of this.
In his time at Krispy Kreme, Douglas Muir has served on multiple managerial positions at Krispy Kreme, including treasurer, chief financial officer, and currently executive vice president. He has been through the ups and downs of the company and weathered its worst storms. He has a good scope of understanding to discuss the direction and the management of the company.
I know that the board has gone through some scrutiny in the past regarding Krispy Kreme's acquisitions, such as Montana Mills. What are its effects on Krispy Kreme today?
The whole situation with Montana Mills was really unfortunate, and it did hurt our stockholders' trust in the company. However, we as a board now place priority on customers' relations, cultivates productive and happy workers. In addition, our stock price is just below all-time high. So I think this is a good sign that the public trusts us again.
And how do you see this affecting Krispy Kreme in the future?
Look, a lot has changed. Krispy Kreme now trades for $13.25 a share, up more than 60% from a year earlier. We have new management on staff, which has returned the company to profitability after 14 quarters of losses. International franchises kicked in $4.3 million in operating income in Krispy Kreme's latest quarter. In the U.S., franchises contributed just $1.2 million. Looking internationally, appreciation for fried dough, it seems, transcends cultural barriers with appetite for Krispy Kreme's flagship product particularly strong in Asia and the Middle East. We have set a target to increase franchises abroad to 900 stores by 2017, from 506 now. At home, The chain hopes to expand to 400 US stores from 240 over the same period.
And Mr. Ninu, other than the 2003 scandal, how do other risky acquisitions threaten Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme reacquired a Michigan franchise, Do Re Mi, comprising of 7 stores, and exaggerating the purchase price to cover debts that Do Re Mi owed Krispy Kreme. This transaction was improperly recorded as an intangible asset and therefore fluffed quarterly earnings instead of reducing earnings. As a result, Krispy Kreme later had to adjust nearly $4.8 million to record the improper loss as an expense.
Krispy Kreme's reviews range from the positive. For example, they have flexible hours and they also have free donuts and soda pop if you're clocked in, to the ridiculously negative. The upper management couldn't care less about the workforce. In recent years, Krispy Kreme has taken steps to improve its employee relations.
So tell me about some of the things that the board has done to improve your relationship with your employees.
Krispy Kreme started manager training and supervisor training programs under the leadership of Morgan. These programs were really ideal for someone interested in restaurant management that lacked expertise in this industry. We really wanted to push educating our employees in order to make them self-motivated as well as strong leaders, whether or not their careers end with Krispy Kreme.
Paul Krugman, an economics professor at Princeton University, is one of the world's leading economists, having won the Nobel Prize in 2008 for his work on international trade. He is also, however, a Krispy Kreme enthusiast. He has positive views on the economic climate of the company, as well as the outlook for their future operations.
So next, let's talk about Krispy Kreme's global operations. What has the firm done to expand their brand in order to accommodate cultures in other regions?
Well, in the United States, Krispy Kreme's revenues rose by 7.4% in 2013, compared to a general increase of 2% in the market. So I wouldn't be too worried about their operations in the States. As for the other regions, they recently just opened up their first store in South America, which is a huge deal. They actually continue to planning on increasing their stores there in the next 5 years.
What about Australia? I know that region has been a big seller for Krispy Kreme.
They've been operating there for about 7 years now, and they even have like a partnership with 7-Eleven, so which means that they're in about 600 other stores, plus their own individual franchise stores. So they're really, into the market there.
And what is your take on the company? Where do you see Krispy Kreme in the next 5 years?
Krispy Kreme's stock price is actually just below their all-time high, with sales increasing by 27% over the past 3 years. With their aggressive expansion plan, I really don't see why people shouldn't be investing in them.
Regardless of possible stumblings in the past, Krispy Kreme's future is bright and vibrant. We will carry our heritage proudly as we move forward.
I'm Jeffrey Fung, and we'll be back next week with another edition of 60 Minutes.